in this session, we will discuss how to find out relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. And this is the exercise number 2.2. So let us start with question number 1. So on question number 1 is x square minus 2x. So this is the factor, linear factor of this quadratic polynomial. So this is the final answer of question number 1. In the next session, we will discuss question number 2, that is quadratic. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this session, we will discuss some questions related to the previous video. That means we discussed how to find out relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. This is the exercise number 2.2. Okay. So first we discuss question number 1 of, and in question number 1 we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maths, and we will discuss these 6 maths in this session. So let us start with question number 1. So on question number 1 is x square minus 2x minus 8. Okay. So first we have to find out the zeros of the polynomial. Then we have to establish their relationship between the zeros and their coefficient of the polynomial. So now find out zeros of the polynomial. So how to find zeros of the polynomial? First we have to see that what is the coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square is 1 here, and what is the constant term? Constant term is minus 8. So we got their product minus 8, and minus 8 we can write in several way. What are they? We can write minus 2 into 4. Okay, minus 8 can be written as minus 4 into 2. Okay, basically what we have to do, we have to adjust minus 2 by the product of minus 8. So by these two factors. So how can we get minus 2? If I add minus 2 plus 4, if I add minus 2 plus 4, we got plus 2. If I add minus 2 and plus 4, we will get plus 2. But if I add minus 4 and plus 2, we will get minus 2. So we have to choose this pair. Okay. So we will write x square minus 4x plus 2x minus 8. And now take common from these two terms. So x will be common here. So x minus 4 is remaining here. And from these two terms, we get common 2. And here x minus 4 is remaining. Okay. 2x are 2x and 2 4 are 8. Now this is one term and this is one term. And from these two terms, we get common x minus 4. And here remaining x and here plus 2. So this is the factor, linear factor of this quadratic polynomial. Now we are going to find out their zeros. So how to find out? We have to make zeros of these two linear polynomial. So x minus 4 is a linear polynomial, and write it down equals to 0. So we got x equals to 4. And in another hand, we got x plus 2 is equals to 0. And x equals to what? Minus 2. So we got 4 and minus 2 as their zeros, as its zeros. Now we have to find out sum of the zeros and product of the zeros. So sum of the zeros means what? Sum of zeros. Sum of zeros equals to 4 plus minus 2. So we got plus 2. And plus 2 can be written as minus 2 by 1. Minus plus, and 2 by 1 means 2. So we going to establish here the relationship between zeros and their coefficient of the polynomial. So minus 2 is the coefficient of x. So we are going to write coefficient of x, and 1 is what? 1 is coefficient of x square. So this is coefficient of x square. Okay. Now we will find product of their zeros. Product of zeros equals to 4 multiplied by minus 2. That's mean minus 8. And minus 8 can be written as minus 8 by 1. So minus 8 is what? Minus 8 is constant term. So constant term by 1 is what? 1 coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square. So there is the roots and this is the coefficient of x and x square. So that's why that's how we can establish the zeros, the relationship between zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. So this is the final answer of question number 1. Let us discuss question number 2. So question number 2 is what? 4 square minus 4a plus 1. Okay, so we have to find the zeros of this polynomial. So we can write it 4 square as 2s whole square minus 4s can be written as 2 into 2s into 1 plus 1 square. So this is the formula of a minus b whole square. A square minus 2ab plus b square. So we can write it 2s minus 1 whole square. And this is 2s minus 1 into 2s plus 1. 2s minus 1. So now we are going to find out zeros of the polynomial. So first the linear equation can be written as equals to 0. And we have to find out the value of s, that means 1 by 2. Here also same case, 2s minus 1 equals to 0. So s equals to 1 by 2. Now we have to find out sum of the zeros. So sum of zeros. Sum of zeros is equals to half plus half. Okay, 2 zeros we have, half and half. So next half plus half means 1. And that is we can write it 1 by 1. So now we can write it minus 1 by 1 and in front of them this is minus because we have plus 1. So to adjust this sign we have to give 2 minus sign. Now minus of this is minus 1 minus okay, there is no value coefficient of minus 1. So we have to write 1 as 4 by 4. Okay, to write the to establish the relationship between their zeros of polynomial and coefficient of polynomial. So 1 minus 4 is what? Coefficient of x is coefficient of s, and 4 is what? Coefficient of s square. So coefficient of s square. Okay, now we have to find out product of the zeros. Product of zeros. Okay, so 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. That means 1 on the 1 and 2 to the 4. Okay, so 1 is what? 1 is constant term here. So constant term by 4 is what? Coefficient of s square. Coefficient of s square. Okay, so that in this way we can establish the zeros relationship between zeros of polynomial and coefficient of polynomials. Okay, let us discuss question number 3. So question number 3, let us copy it. So 6x square minus 3 and minus 7x. So first we have to factorize it to find out the zeros of the polynomial. So now the coefficient of x square is 6 and coefficient of their constant term is there. Let us write written as x square plus bx plus c form. So this is ax square minus bx minus c. Now coefficient of x square is 6 and constant term is minus 3. And by these two factor, the product is coming minus 18, and by this minus 18 we have to adjust minus 7. So minus 18 can be written as minus 9 into 2 also. Minus 9 into 2. If we add minus 9 and 2, we will get minus 7. Okay. So we will write 6x square minus 9x plus 2x minus 3. Okay. So from this two term we will get as a common 3 into x. So we will get x minus 3, and from here there is no common factor. That's why we will take 1, and there 2x minus 3. Here also 2x minus 3 also. So 2x minus 3 into 3x plus 1. To find out zeros, we have to put the linear factor as there equal to 0. So x equals to what? 3 by 2, and in this case 3x plus 1 equal to 0. So we will get x equals to minus 1 by 3. Now we have to find out sum of the zeros and product of the zeros. So sum of zeros is equals to 3 by 2 plus minus 1 by 3. So LCM of 2 and 3 we get 6, and 3 3s are 9. So 9 and 2 1s are 2, that is minus 2. So we will get 9 minus 2, that is minus that is 7 by 6. Okay, but 7 we have to write 7 as minus of minus 7 by 6. So minus 7 is what? Coefficient of x. So minus of coefficient of x, and 6 is what? 6 is the coefficient of x square. So we will write coefficient of x square. Okay. Now we are going to find product of the zeros. Product of zeros. 3 by 2 into minus 1 by 3. So 3 1s are 3 and 2 3s are 6. Okay. So this is minus, and minus 3 is what? Constant term. This is constant term divided by 6 is what? 6 is the coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square. In this way, we can establish the relationship between zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. Now, question number 4. So, 4 is that 4u square plus 8u. Okay. So, let us factorize it. So, u is common and 4 is common. So, we get 4u as the common factor. Here, u is remaining and 2 is remaining here. Okay, we got two factor here. So, now to find the zeros, we have to put 4u equals to 0. That means u equal to 0. And here u plus 2 equal to 0. That means u equals to minus 2. So, we got zeros and minus 2 as the root of the polynomial. Now, sum of the roots. Sum of the roots. Zeros. Okay. So, 0 is equals to 0 plus minus 2. Okay, so we got minus 2. Okay, so minus 2 can be written as minus of 8 by 4. So minus 8 is what? Coefficient of u. Coefficient of u divided by 4 is what? Coefficient of u square. So coefficient of u square. Okay. Now we will find product of zeros. Product of zeros equals to what? 0 into minus 2. So 0 into minus 2 means 0, and 0 can be written as 0 by 4. And 0 is what? Here constant term is absent. That means constant term is zeros. So constant term constant term divided by 4 is what? Coefficient of u square. Coefficient of u square. So coefficient of u square. Okay. So this is the zero of the polynomial, and these are the coefficient of the polynomial. So this is the relationship between zeros and the coefficient of the polynomials. Let us discuss question number 5. So 5 number t square minus 15. So t square minus 15 is what? So t square is t square minus 15. We can write root over 15 in whole to the power square. Okay, we know that any such number whole square, any irrational number whole square is number itself. Like if I write root 5 square, we get 5. Okay, so applying this formula, we write root over of 15 whole square, that is equals to 15. Now it is a square minus b square formula. If I apply a plus b into a minus b, here a is t and b is root over of 15. T a minus b, that is t minus root over of 15. Now to find the zeros of the polynomial, we have to write t plus root 15 equal to 0 and t equals to what? Minus of root over of 15. And in this case, t minus root 15 equal to 0. So we'll write t equals to root over of 15. Okay. So these are the zeros, minus root 15 and plus root 15 are the zeros of this polynomial. Now sum of the zeros. Sum of zeros equals to minus 15 plus 15. So this is zeros, minus root 15, same number, opposite sign. So it is zeros, and 0 can be written as 0 by 1. Okay, minus of 0 by 1. Okay, so 0 is what? 0 is coefficient of t. Here the term t is not present here. That means the coefficient of t is 0. So coefficient of t by 1 is what? Coefficient of t square. Coefficient of t square. Okay. Now product of the zeros. Product of zeros, minus root 15 into root over of 15 plus root 15, and minus plus minus, and root 15 is what? 15 only. So minus 15 is what? Constant term. So constant term divided by, we can write here 1. So 1 is what? Coefficient of t square. Coefficient of t square. This is the required answer. Now let us discuss question number 6. So 6 is that 3x square minus x minus 4. So first you have to factorize it. So coefficient of x square is 3 and constant term is minus 4. So this product is minus 12. So by 12 we have to manage the coefficient of x, that means minus 1. So if I write minus 4 plus 3, we got minus 1. Okay. So we are going to use these two factors. So minus 3x square minus 4x plus 3x minus 4. So from these two terms we got what? X only. So we get here 3x minus 4 plus 1 into 3x minus 4. So equals to, where we got 3x minus 4, 3x minus 4. So we got 3x minus 4 into here x and plus 1, that is x plus 1. Okay. So to find out the zeros of the polynomial, we have to write 3x minus 4 equal to 0. So 3x equal to 4, that means x equals to 4 by 3. And from here x plus 1 equal to 0. So we got x equals to minus 1. Now we have to find out sum of the zeros. Sum of zeros. Okay. So 4 by 3 plus minus 1. So here nothing is there, that means 1 is there. So LCM of 3 and 1 is 3. So 4 and 4 3 is a 3, 3 into minus 1, that is minus 3. So we got 4 and minus 3 got 1 by 3. Okay. And 1 by 3 we can write minus of minus 1 by 3. So minus 1 is what? Coefficient of x. Coefficient of x. Coefficient of x. And 3 is what? Coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square. Now product of the zeros. So product of the zeros we can write product of zeros 4 by 3 multiplied by minus 1. So we get minus 4 by 3. And minus 4 is what? Minus 4 is what? Constant term. So constant term divided by 3 is what? Coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square. So in this way we establish the relationship between zeros of polynomial and coefficient of the polynomial. So in this session we have discussed all the 6 maths from question number 1. Okay, and in the next session we will discuss question number 2, that is quadratic. Find the quadratic polynomial each of the given numbers as the sum of the product and of its zeros respectively. Well, the sum of the zeros and product of the zeros is given. You have to find the equation of the quadratic polynomial. Okay, so please like and subscribe and comment in the comment section if you understand this topic. Okay, and thank you for today.